I would like to welcome you back to Sharks for second day of our Scotch Doubles. Ngayon, kasapin natin yung kupunan na humahabol. 2014 po ang ating talaan as we move into the second day. Nakalimutan mo na ba yung ilang mga pagkakamali nyo kahapon?
Hindi pa. At least kagabi, naalala ko pa rin. Habang natutulog ako. Kaya ngayon, babaguhin ko yung strategy nung laro.
Ikaw naman, naniniwala ka ba na different day, different result? So, sana maganda yung kinalalabasan ngayon.
Oo po, sana buena sa break tsaka sa bola po.
Okay, tignan naman natin dito sa mga lamang. Sa tingin niyo ba yung 2014 advantage, medyo pwede kayong mag-relax ng kaunti?
Hindi pwedeng mag-relax eh. Kailangan medyo ingatan namin tsaka sana swerte kami sa bola para manalo kami.
Sa tingin mo ba yung mga nangyari kahapon, pwede nyo namang ulitin dito para mas lalong lumamang kayo?
Sana yung laro namin kahapon, sana ngayong araw na to, ganun din yung mailaro namin para makalayo kami at manalo sa game. Pero sana kailangan swertehin din sa bola para maganda yung pagkapanalo namin.
Tignan po natin kung ano mangyari. Day number 2 of the Scotch Doubles between these four gentlemen. And as we welcome everybody to day number 2 of our 10-ball billiard showdown, this is Scotch Doubles. You've got Levan Corteza and Anthony Raga wearing the black uniforms. At silang humahabol. They are down 2014. This is a race to 40. Ang laman. In the lead right now, we've got Carlo Biado and Biado-Bañares. Raga to start things off here in the second day with a break on that left side of the table. And the very first break ng ating second day, dry break, katulad ng halos lahat ng mga nakita natin kahapon. Actually, even moving to either side of the table, talagang nahihirapan itong dalawang teams. Actually, all four players dun sa break. Well, at this stage, the pair of Biado and Bañares can't take chances. They're going to take a chance here for a 2-10 combination. Nice carom there, and that is going to get them quickly on the board here in day number 2, and that's going to extend their lead. Lamang nila ngayon, 21-14. This time on the right side of the table. The 3 might drop. It does. So they're gonna stay up on the table here. Katulad na sinabi ni Bañares at ni Biado sa kanilang interview kanina. Bago ng ating pag-umpisa dito sa second day, they said they would like to be able to get some momentum going early para mas lalo lumaki ang kanilang kalamangan. At the same time, they need to be able to get the balls rolling on their end. That's a great safety there to start things off here for rack number 2 for day number 2. gonna be a foul. And that'll be ball in hand para sa pares ni Biado at ni Bañares. On the other side, sabi naman ni Cortez at ni Raga, they cannot afford any sort of letdown to start things off. Kailangan makahabol sila kaagad. Not the start they were looking for. Just left with a nice cut there on the 4. Nice looking table layout here para kay Biado at Bañares. At katulad ng kahapon, maaga sila nandito para makapag-ensayo ng konti, makuha yung speed ng table natin, and looks like they've got it down pat. Hard to not be confident if you're Biado and Bañares. They like this pairing. They played with each other before. And looks like they're going to take the first 2 racks here in day number 2 to extend their lead even further. Ten ball is down, and we can see a commanding lead right now for Bañares and Biado as they pick up the first 2 racks here. It's now 22-14. Bañares now moved over to the right side of the table, and ang resulta pareho lang nung kanina nung nandun siya sa may kaliwang bahagi. Try break ulit. Pagkakataon ngayon para kay Raga. He got a good shot at the 1. Gonna take that 2 ball in the same pocket. This is the rack that Raga and Levan are looking for, just to get some sort of rhythm. Not to mention to stop the bleeding. Natapos yung araw kahapon with a big mistake by Corteza as he was finishing up what was the final rack yesterday. Should have been a rack that would have gotten them to 15 in day number 1. Kaso lang, nagkamali si Corteza, and they handed that final rack abbreviated proceedings para sa day number 1. Getting this rack is not necessarily going to get them right back into the match, but small building blocks to be able to get there. They need to put a few racks in succession. And it starts here with taking the 3rd rack of day number 2 22-15 is our tally. Unang pagkakataon natin makita si Banban, and he will opt to break from the right side. It's a dry break. That one ball hitting the point. Thought about it for a while, but now they yield the table back to Bañares and to Biado. Carlo will start things off here. You'd want that to stop a little bit sooner. But of course, Bañares can go rail first. Some early control problems. Well, it is still early in this match. That's much better speed control. And that dry break from Livan, mapagbibigay na naman dito kay Biado at kay Bañares ng isa pang rack. Obviously, whoever solves the problem of this break first is the team that can really make a run. But at this stage, para kay Bañares at Biado, they'll be content to just trade racks. Dry rack here, dry rack there, as they continue to move forward to the required number of 40 in this two-day event. They're now up to rack 23. 23 racks to 15 is our official tally. Biado mananatili dun sa may kanang bahagi ng table, left side of the screen. The two ball will drop, and they can see the one, full one. They might have to play safety here to start off this rack. But when you see the full ball, you can do just about whatever you want to try to tie up your opponent. That's the jaws of the pocket, but kita yung uno. You expect a wicked safety coming here from the pair in black. Doesn't look like that's the result Raga wanted. He wanted to have those two balls as blockers. The 5 and the 7 wasn't there. That's going to have to go down as a mistake. For these masters, madaling safety sana yun. Yan ang mga pagkakamali na hindi pwedeng gawin ng isang tandem dun sa kabila dahil maubos talaga yung mga bola. All four of these players, world class. One mistake, they'll run out the table. Katulad na nakikita natin ngayon. Gonna draw that back just a little bit. And the final nail here for this rack. That's going to increase even further the lead of Biado and Bañares. They're in control of this match. 2-day tournament, race to 40. Siyam ng kalamangan dito ni Bañares at ni Biado. Nice spread of the balls, but it's going to be a foul. Cue ball. Finding gravity there. Tayo ka agad si Livan at saka si Raga. They didn't call the 10, so the 10 goes right back out. Quite surprising they didn't call the 10, because that was always in the cards. That's going to force a bank here. Which they can easily execute, obviously, at this level. You can see again, Raga having a little bit of a problem with his speed control. There's more than enough space there for that 5. $24-16 is going to be our official tally in just a bit. That proved to be a costly foul there, galing kay Bañares. with ball in hand with these masters. They can really just map out their strategy. 24-16 ang ating talaan. Raga on the right side of the table gets one ball to drop, which is the 10. That'll be respotted. That'll keep them on the table though. Good opportunity dito para sa mga nakaitim sa araw na to na makahabol ng konti. Cut shot now in the offing. A little bit of a stretch here for Raga, but he should be able to handle this. Oh, it stays up. How many times has that happened? Just when I said that it's a tough shot, yes, but something that these guys can handle. They're not able to be up to the task. And ngayon, pagkakataon naman dito. Biado-Bañares looking to be able to increase their lead further. Well, with a sizable advantage, kitang-kita mo. Ang ganda ng kumpiyansa talaga ni Biado at ni Bañares. Well, they know they can come up with a few mistakes. And since nahihirapan naman yung dalawang tandems na makakuha ng magandang break and run out, with all these dry breaks, it gives you even more confidence knowing that that big lead you have is going to be very difficult to overhaul. Now you got a tough cut shot here on the other side. Bañares up to the task. That's a great setup. Pasunurin lang yung bola. And you take the 8 and the 9 in opposite side pockets. He wants it to run a little bit more. Makes it a little bit harder, but something obviously Biado can handle. 25-16 is our tally. Well, that miss on the 2 by Raga gave their opponents another rack. Now this is not a dry break. They see the 1, but no direct pocket. This is when they call the balls not rolling in their favor, but as it stands, you've got a commanding lead. So they go for a cut shot to start things off, and they're in business. Bañares with 2 great cut shots. Para manatili yung kanyang koponan sa table. Wala tayong 45-second shot clock na ginagamit dito sa ating Scotch doubles competition. Once again, we'd like to welcome all of you back here to Sharks. Venue ng mga amateur tournaments from Monday to Friday. Actually, every day. Pero Sabado-Linggo, meron tayong mga pro tournaments. We had a singles match last week. Corteza up against Biado. That was always in the cards. That was what they were worried about. And that's going to be ball in hand. Now we've got an easy run out here. $25-17 is our official tally right now. Taking advantage si Corteza at si Raga dun sa pagkakamali ni Carlo. All the players are breaking now from this right side. A little bit more to the center. Is it going to be a scratch? No. It stays up. But the 1 is right there in front of Bañares. He should be able to handle this. Would have wanted that to travel a little bit more. Far shot now here in the 3. Well, they're forced to go for the combination here. There is no pathway for the 4. Nicely done. not wanting to come into contact with the 10. He would have wanted to go around that 10 cleanly. But still, no problem with the 5 here. Makakalusot naman talaga yan sa 8. Seven in the corner, and then the 10 in the opposite corner. And that dry break is going to result in giving another rack to Bañares and to Biado. It is now 26-17. Better control of that cue ball there. Nice spread of balls, but none will be down. It's going to be another dry break. The question is, can Raga and Corteza really take advantage? We'll find out. Ngayon, kontento naman to si Bañares tsaka si Biado na makipag-trade ng mga dry breaks. Dahil lamang naman sila. That's good safety play. He's going to the short rail. I guess he's not worried about the jaws there, that pocket. That's a nice full hit. And it might be a little bit of a partial eclipse there. That you can see. Kita naman ng konti. Corteza was looking at the possible billiard. But just makes contact with the 1. He wants to marry that up behind that 10. He's done a good job. Having to go now to the long rail. And a miss there from Bañares. It's going to be ball in hand now. Levan and Anthony need to be able to put together a few racks, more than a few racks, if they want to try to overhaul the lead. Medyo hindi pa kinakabahan yung kanilang kalaban dahil siyam ang kanilang kalamangan ngayon at 26-17. quickly going through this rack right now as they draw closer. The big question is, what will happen in their coming break? The 1 was tracking, but the 10 was in the way. There's a clear shot at the 1, and the 10 is close. Let's see if Carlo feels confident here. Alam naman natin na pwede naman silang magkamali ng konti rito. They can have a few mistakes here and there. They can take some chances because they're up comfortably. Going for the billiard doesn't work. Sort of like a two-way shot as well, because there really is no direct pocket for that 1. Ito yung sinasabi lang, hindi ka tinutulungan ng bola minsan. That's poor safety. Because you can see there's a direct line to that 1. Obviously, there is no pocket para kay Bañares, but a counter safety, an even more difficult counter safety, could be in the offing here. And it's going to drop. That's going to be a mistake for Bañares. There was going to be no cover there whatsoever. Kahit hindi bumagsak yun. That would have been a full 1 ball. That 9 and that 6 are there in the way, so there is no direct pocket. Looking to pocket the 6. And they do. From the top angle, it looks like that 2 will pass that 10. Wow. Just when it looked like it was going to be smooth sailing here for Corteza and Raga. That 5's going to stay up. So it doesn't look like that Bañares scratch is going to hurt their team, at least in this rack. Well, the teams traded mistakes here in this rack, but in the end, yung pagkakamali ni Livan at ni Raga dun sa miss on the 5 is gonna make it 27-18. Carlo now still on that right side of the table, but he changed the angle a little bit. You can see he was hitting that inside, a little bit more to the middle of the table. Well, it worked. He got one ball to drop. They're going to stay up on the table, and they got a good look at the 1. Now just discussing where Carlo would want to attack the 2. That's all the discussion's about. There's no problem with the 1. The 3 was down on the break, and so the next object ball after these 2 will be the 4, which they're looking if it passes into that side pocket. It didn't. That's why they had to make contact with that to try to break it up a little bit. Pero problema, parang halos magkatabi na talaga yung cue ball tsaka yung 4. So safety play here. That's well done. Good speed control. Pero ngayon nag-uusap pa rin si Biado at si Bañares dun sa pagkakamali nila, giving up control of the table. Now a cut shot in the offing here for Biado. You like the patience being shown here by the team in the lead. As I say, taking what the table gives them. Trying to create opportunities for themselves. And waiting for the right opening. At yan na nga, bukas na naman ang table para sa kanila. Para makakuha ng isa pang rack. Ooh, and this time the 8 stays up. Agad-agad tumayo si Raga para kunin to. Mistake there from Biado. That's going to bring our tally to 28. Actually, 27. 19. Nine tracked. Didn't find space, and it's going to be a dry break once again. Nothing there for Levan. Ito pinag-uusapan natin kanina pa. Nakikita natin yung pagkakamali ni Biado dun sa 8 ball in the previous rack. Gave 1 rack dito kay Corteza at kay Raga. But still, in the end, doesn't look like it's going to hurt them because they're still going to be able to trade racks here. Though a little bit of a problem they have here on the 8. This is when you take your eye off the ball a little bit. Nagre-relax ka. This is what could happen. Should have been smooth sailing. And he's going to leave that 8 there. Back to back. Misses on that 8 ball. Boy, anything can really happen. Corteza and Raga can't believe their good fortune here. That should have been a rack going to Biado-Bañares. It goes to Raga and Corteza, and they've got back-to-back racks here as they try to stage a mini rally. You got a good shot at the balls. One ball is down, but look at this. They cannot see the two. There's a big cluster there in between the cue ball and the two, which is the next object ball, as the one dropped on the break. That's the 4, 6, and 8. So expect to see a push here. Well, you can partially see that too, and so I expect Biado to take this. Masusubukan lang siya dito sa kanyang gustong gawin sa counter safety. Might not be the best of results. There looks like there is a pathway to that too. No direct pocket. But still, when you see the full ball, you can come up with a counter safety that could lock up your opponents. Hard to tell from the top angle, but it looks like there is a direct line to that too. Kahit bahagya, nakikita nila. It looks like it's a full two, in fact. Simple safety shot there. Gonna force a bank here from Bañares. There is a path for the two in between the 4 and 8. But it's gonna be a foul. Missing that two completely. Well, obviously nothing has been a given here today. Twice already. Biado has missed in the last 2 racks. On the 8. 2 racks ago. That miss on the 8 was really all him. Pero doon sa huling rack, yung pagka-miss niya sa 8 dahil doon sa masamang preparasyon na binigay sa kanya ni Bañares. But as far as Corteza and Raga are concerned, their opponents can make all the mistakes they want para makabawi naman sila ng konti. This is going to be one of the few opportunities that they'll be able to put 3 racks together. And just when I said that, they put themselves in a bind. Nothing has been smooth sailing here this afternoon. The second of our 2-day Scotch doubles. They were looking forward to getting 3 racks in succession para makalapit sila ng konti. Now having to get creative. They make contact, no problem. But that is going to leave the table open for Bañares and Biado. I think now it's safe to say this is no problem. Getting right back on the board. It is now 28 to 20. Lamang pa rin. Biado-Bañares. Starting to sound like a broken record here. Another dry break, but look at this weird spread of balls. Lahat sila nandito sa may kanang bahagi ng table. Ang nag-iisa dun, yung 10 ball. But to start things off, a clear shot at the 1 here para kay Corteza. You're now going to have to get to the opposite side of the table to be able to tackle that 3. That's exactly where Raga is looking at right now. Watch his cue ball travel, but they've got to knock down that 2 as well. Nice small landing area, and he gets it there. Having to use the bridge now. Wise play there by Corteza, leaving the bridge on the table, letting referee Troy take it. So no chance for him to get a penalty. Ito si Livan naka long sleeves na ngayon sa araw na to dahil kanina binanggit niya sa akin na parang medyo nalalamig siya kahapon. And he felt that affected his shot making. So now, wanted to make sure he's a little warmer. But he has really yet to make a mistake here. So, long sleeves works for him. Can it get them the victory, though? That's the big question, because they're still down by a lot. Calling the 9. So we'll be looking for a billiard here. And now just a 10 to handle. That makes it 28-21. That break a little bit more closer to the rail. And that angle is not going to work for Raga. It's another dry break. And a good look at the 1 here para kay Biado at Bañares. they had a bit of a problem there because you can see kanina doon sa kanilang preparasyon para sa 6, tumama yung cue ball sa 8. And that didn't allow them to take that 6 in the side pocket. So now having to play safety. A little bit of a messy shot here. That's going to leave the full 6 ball though. I'm a bit surprised that Levan took that a little bit too quickly. Just like what we saw a few racks earlier. Patience again being shown by the tandem of Bañares and Biado. Masama yung kanilang preparasyon dun sa pag-atake sa 6 ball. So they just went safety first. Table opens up. And ngayon, makakuha na naman sila ng isa pang rack. Their lead is 7. In a bit, it'll be back to 8. 29-21 ang ating talaan. Another dry break here. Balik na naman sa table si Raga with a nice smile on his face there. Well, they just gotta laugh it off. They need to be able to find some sort of a rhythm para makabawi naman sila ng konti rito. They're still trailing by a lot. They trailed by 6 at the start of the day. Ooh. First major mistake here from Corteza. That just might cost him another rack. Once again, just like what happened in the previous rack. Being very patient once again. Well, you can afford to be patient because you're now enjoying a comfortable lead. Put some more pressure. Gusto mo mahabol. That seems to be the name of the game here today. It looks like it's going to show once again. the pair of Corteza and Raga. Just not able to really manage the speed of these balls. There's confirmation there. Clear path to the 5. No more difficult layout here. Easy 9 there on the side. Just gonna stop it there more than anything else. And the lead is now at 9. 30-21 is our score. Ten ball drops. That's going to be respotted, but still staying up on the table now. We have Biado. No direct path there, as you can see, to the 1. So they're going to do a push out here. They're not even going to budge. Talking about Corteza at si Raga. Agad-agad nilang binalik. He's going to call the 1 in the corner pocket. This is a two-way shot more than anything else. Will it stop in time? It did stop in time. Quite surprised. Hindi kinuha ni Cortez at ni Raga yon because kita naman yung uno. But right now, I don't think they feel comfortable about anything. We'll check that. There was a direct line. It didn't stop in time. Hard to tell really from the top angle that we have, but clear shot there for Raga. Nice spread of the balls there as well, para kay Corteza. All is still definitely not lost for Raga and Corteza. But katulad ng sinasabi natin, they need to be able to put these racks in succession. medyo kampante na yung kanilang mga kalaban. So this rack should go to Corteza and Raga, but still they're going to be trailing still by a lot. A big 8 racks. And we have yet to see our first break and run out here on day number 2. It's going to be 30-22, but still trailing here is Corteza and Raga. Let's see what happens on their break coming up. Nagiba ng konti. Moving over to the right side, and it's still going to be the same result. Another dry break. A little test here for Biado and Bañares. Bañares will be hitting first as he takes this cut shot here in the 1. Ooh, overcut it. Not necessarily a gimme here for Raga. But a shot nevertheless he should be able to make. Well executed. He's looking down table, so he's looking to pass that too through the 9, and there is an alley. Set this with right pocket speed. A little bit of strength there, but nonetheless drops it. This is a shot that has actually given our players problems. The cut shot to the corner. Let's see how Corteza does. They need this shot. He's not going to try to challenge. So now the team that trails showing a little bit of patience. That's a decent result. That's going to face Raga now with another one of those cut shots which he hit earlier. But this time he's going back to the safety, using that 9 ball as a blocking ball. That's well done. Wow. That's beautifully done. And Biado applauding with the applause there as he was applauding the effort of his partner. You can see that four, but just a piece of it. Safety play here. Once again, by these masters. Tough queuing here above that 9. So really just has to make contact. Full contact there with good separation. It's now a case of who will blink first. Itong safety play na to, ito, ang sinasabi nila, is what separates the men from the boys. Just a nice nick there. And not a full 4-ball shown here to Corteza. That's applauded once again by Biado. And if it stops right there, that's perfect. That's a full eclipse. Not to mention he's got 2 balls in between. Now Biado having to really work the angles. That's a nice hit. Unfortunately, that's going to open up the table now. Pwede na maging agresibo. And watch Raga go in the offensive. Malaking tulong ito dito sa rally ni Corteza at ni Raga. It is now 30-23. Back to that familiar right spot. Ooh, lost control of the cue ball there. That's going to be ball in hand. That's going to stop their rally. Well, after putting 2 racks in succession, getting a mini run, natigil sila ngayon ng konti. Nobody to blame there because that cue ball really was headed towards that corner pocket. All the fault of Raga. Itong si Biado at si Bañares have gotten to the halfway point of their target, which is at 30. Now we'll push forward a little bit more. They are now at 31. Official score 31-23. Kailangan ko ba sabihin? Dry break na naman. And a good look here at the 1 ball. The 2 ball there is bunched over on the right side of the table. As you can see, si Livan is not worried about pocketing the 2 already. Looking forward, they're going to be forced to go to this 3-7 combination. Wanted to leave the 3 ball exactly where it is at. Gumalaw lang ng kaunti para they can put it into that same corner pocket. As they move that cue ball to the opposite side of the table for the 4. Then we'll see what their approach will be. If they want to take the 5 in the corner, or if they like that 5-10 combination. Well, there's your answer. Five-10 combination goes down, and a quick rack here going to Corteza and Raga. First time we've seen Liva now go to essentially the middle part of the table in the break. Well, they'll stay on the table, but no direct pocket there for that one. Go for the cut there. And they're in good position for that too. Chance for them to put two racks together here. And now they've snookered themselves actually. And all they can do is smile. Well, they didn't call that pocket. And so they have the option. Tinignan ni Biado kaagad at sabi niya, sige, balik ko na lang muna sa inyo, kayo na. But they did have the option of taking the shot if it was open. But right now, it's a difficult layout. So they allow Raga to take it. Is he thinking of going airborne? He will. Just a little bit of a masse. That's well done. Nakabawi sila ng konti. And they're gonna take this rack here. They're gonna get two racks in succession. And that greatly helped their cause. 31-25 is our official score. I'm quite surprised Raga didn't opt to go to the middle part of the table, similar to what his partner Levan did. Well, it all depends on what you're comfortable with. Pero nakita natin, maganda naman yung naging resulta kanina with Levan. In the middle part of the table. Somewhat, not directly in the middle. Pero bumalik na naman sa may kanang bahagi itong si Raga. And it's a dry break. That dry break's going to allow Biado and Bañares to get back to work. dahil sa resulta doon ng dry break, nakakuha na naman ng isa pang rack. Si Biado at Bañares. Lamang na sila 32-25. Wala pa rin tayong break and run out. And it's gonna stay that way. Dry break. And a cut shot here para kay Raga. Putting on that extender. Ngayon nakikita mo talagang being very methodical. Si Raga at saka si Corteza. Now this is automatic. Good rack put together here by Raga and Corteza. But they're still down by 6. Back to the middle of the table, essentially, is Corteza, but this time it's going to be dry. Not to mention a very good layout here. Balls are spread out. Just what the doctor ordered para kay Biado and Bañares. Para makabalik sila sa kanilang strategy of really just trading dry racks and getting it on your side. Itong si Levan tsaka si Anthony hindi lang talaga makakakuha ng any headway to try to get to bridge that gap. They started out day number 2 down 2014, so that's a 6-rack deficit they've been trying to overhaul. That's where it stands right now. And it could be back to 7 in just a bit at 33-26. At ayan na nga. Balik na naman sa 7 ang kalamangan ni Bañares at ni Biado. Biado lost control of that cue ball there, clearly. And now that he lost control of that cue ball, look at how many balls down. Apat na bola pumasok. Unfortunately, it became 5 dahil pati yung cue ball sumama na rin. That was really all Biado's mistake. That's the most balls we've seen down in a break. That presented a really simple layout here. Just like that, it is 33-27. It's dry once again. And a good shot here for Bañares and Biado. Bañares is up first with an excellent look at that one. That's well done. That's well done pocketing. But he's left Raga with a difficult position on the 4. They're going to go for the 410 off the bank. Going for broke here. And it works. Just like that, they've gotten 2 racks in succession. Can Levan get a ball in the break here? He gets the 8 to drop. And they've got a good look at that 1 to start things off here. Taking all the time they want here, because they cannot afford any mistakes. Will he get there? Will he get there? Would have wanted at least even just half a roll. Would have been much better. You can't quite see it from this angle. Raga's got to be disappointed. He really took his time there on that shot because he wanted to make sure he hit that absolutely perfect. That's a good recovery though from Corteza. And they're back in business. Ken Corteza and Raga finally string 3 racks together. This is going to be our first break and run out here for day number 2. It has been a rare occurrence, and once again, look at this. Not the best of spots to leave your partner with, and Raga knew it. The moment he hit it, he was disappointed. Well, a shot that Corteza will definitely make. But you don't want to put your partner in this kind of a spot. You want a straight shot in. He apologized the moment he saw where that cue ball stopped. break and run out. Yes. It wasn't easy. They had nobody to blame but themselves. But in the end, 3 straight racks put together by Corteza and Raga. And they're right back in this one. It's a dry break, but leaving their opponents with nothing here. I guess they can seek solace in that. And the push offered here. Wow. A push offering a full 1 ball. This, I think, is a shot that Corteza will definitely take. Not the best of efforts, though. There is a lot of distance between the cue ball and the object ball, which is the 1 in this instance. Biado just took a break. Here he comes. And now he's going to be able to see what he's faced with. That was definitely very poor safety play there from Corteza, given the fact that he had the entire 1 ball to work with. Ooh. Talk about taking a shot for granted. That's exactly what happened there on that miss from Bañares. Trying to come up with a safety. That's a poor effort as well, coming from Raga. Wow. 3 of these players have already dropped the ball here in this particular rack. And this particular rack continues to baffle these players. I'm not quite sure why. Just a lack of concentration, really, more than anything else. Bigla nag-struggle sila sa rack na to. That's well hit. As I continue to look over at that 8 and 10 cluster. They can break it up here. And now the problem's been solved. So now is a direct pocket for the 8. At balik na naman ang ratsada nitong si Bañares at ni Biado. This is a very shaky rack for both teams. But they get right back on track after giving up 3 straight racks. They take another one. And they now lead 34-29. We're gonna have another dry break here. Babalik na naman sa table si Raga at si Corteza. That's a good shot there, but the problem is, once again, a full ball being shown here to Bañares. That can really lock you up. And now back in business. Itong si Bañares at Biado. Very simple now at this stage. babalik na naman sa 6 ang kalambangan dito ni Biado at ni Bañares. There's confirmation, 35-29. Good control of the cue ball, but unfortunately another dry break here. But no shot on the one. They can get to it if they want, but more likely a push is what we're going to see here. Oh, they can see enough of the one. More than enough. That's a great safety shot. Didn't look like he could really see that one. But he did more than enough, and they've locked up Bañares here. That's going to be foul. It didn't hit a rail. That's one foul on Bañares and Biado, but it doesn't look like they're going to be looking for 3 fouls here. Suddenly they changed the angle. Balls 1-4 on that end of the table. But really looking ahead here was Corteza. He saw that problem with 7-9. He quickly broke that up. He could have taken the one in the corner, opting to go to the side pocket so he can use the momentum of the cue ball to break up that cluster. Now there is a direct pocket for the 5 and even the 8. They're in good stead here. Now you can see that 7 will definitely pass the 9 already. And now the gentleman in black will be within 5. 35-30. Ang official score natin ngayon. Nasa gitna na naman ng table. Itong si Levan. He had some success earlier. None this time. Hard to tell from this angle kung kita yung uno. If ever you can see it just a little bit. Well, this is a better angle and it looks like it's a full eclipse. You can see in the background, wala na talaga magawa si Raga at saka si Corteza kundi tumawa dahil hindi sila natutulungan ng bola. That's going to leave an alley. There's confirmation there. That's a simple cut shot there. Lima na lang ang kailangan ni Biado at ni Bañares. Bañares who's gonna fall short there. Wow. Looks like they've got enough of an angle on the 2 to the side. More than enough, and breaking up that cluster as well. The 4 though is on the opposite side of the table. Gonna have to content themselves with a long shot from here. Have the 5 there on the side and the 6 in the corner. This is it now. Sabi nga nila, it's winning time as we approach the home stretch of this race to 40 battle. I'd like to welcome you back here to Sharks, the venue of this 10-ball showdown. Scotch doubles ang pinapanood po ninyo. Biado-Bañares lead 35-30 laban dito kay Raga at ni Corteza, who are on the table at the moment. Yeah, they're back in business. Stringing two racks together, it is now 35-31. Corteza and Raga with a last-minute charge. They'll now stay on the table. They actually own the only break and run out here of this second day. Problem is they're on the table, but they might be forced to push here. Just no direct look at that one. Maganda sitwasyon dito dahil wala naman tayong 45-second shot clock na ginagamit. So they can really explore all their options and then some. Definitely it was going to be a push out. The only question was push out to where? Ooh. I'm not surprised Biado actually gave that right back. Gonna try to knock the one in off the bank. Trying to go two rails. They miss it altogether. It's now ball in hand here for Biado and Bañares. Bañares will start things off. Corteza and Raga started the day behind by 6. The closest they were able to get to was within 4. That's where we stand at 35-31. Earlier it was 33-29. Well, the biggest lead today was at 9, 30-21. But this is what they call the meat and potatoes portion. Ito na. Winning time, the business end, whatever you want to call it. Sa pagtatapos nitong labang ito. Ito na. Kailangan kumapit na itong 4 na masters natin. Babalik na naman ang kalamangan ni Biado at ni Bañares to a more comfortable 5 racks. Pagkatapos nitong 10 ball, it is now 36-31. It's going to be a dry break. Essentially, that's the break that we've seen all throughout this 2 days. Bira talaga makahanap ng bola sa break. Ang apat na player na to. But it's made for a very interesting 2 days. Direct shot at the 1 here. The 2 is out in the open as well. The 3 is on the opposite side of the table, together where the 1 is. Shouldn't be a problem though. How many times have I said that today? Sinabi ko kayang-kaya ng isang player at dun pa sila nagkakamali. Sportscasters jinx. Umiiral na naman. Testy long shot here. After he pockets that 2, he's going to he needs to make sure that they've got a decent look at the 3, which is on the opposite side of the table. Actually right beside the cue ball. He would have wanted that to stop a little bit sooner. Definitely. They were going to look at that into the corner pocket, but I'm sure they'll take it. At least they're still on the table. He's going to have to cut this one. That's well done. They're not comfortable at this stage. But the caliber of all these 4 players, they can actually recover. That's a great recovery shot. They wanted to go a little bit more. I think they can see the 7. Just enough of it. Medyo kulang sila sa preparasyon. Pero in the end, they're gonna get this one. And they're gonna draw closer to that target of 40. Good control of the cue ball. Nice spread, but no balls down. And an excellent look at the one here para kay Livan Corteza. Well, the lead is back up to 6 para kay Biado-Bañares. It's been that kind of a day for both these teams. One team making some headway, the other team catching up a little bit. But in the end, it's still that 6-point deficit, actually that 6-rack deficit to be more specific, separating these two squads. Levan and Anthony really just have to dig deep at this stage. Nice last minute charge being put together here by the team in black. They're going to draw to within 5 once again. Another good spread of the balls, but it's a dry break once again. May konting swerte naman ang tandem ni Corteza at ni Raga dahil walang direct path to the one. So, we'll see if they're going to opt for the push or they can actually try to nip this one. They're going to push. Ooh. That's essentially in the same spot it was in, just a little further. But Raga, I think, is going to take this challenge. There's a direct path to that one. Why are they calling the 10? Off the billiard. That's just being called just for the sake of calling it. That rattled out. And I think Corteza can see a little portion of that one. In between the 7 and 10. Wow. That was like the parting of the Red Sea. Ball in hand now. That was a poor effort from Levan. And it looks very likely we're going to get back to a 6-point advantage para dito sa pares ni Bañares at ni Biado. Now the gentleman in white just 2 away from taking the win here this Sunday afternoon. Lost control of the cue ball there. And unfortunately for their tandem, they got a ball down in the break. Magandang opportunity to para kay Levan at para kay Anthony. There's no tomorrow if they want to win this Scotch doubles 10-ball showdown. As long as they hold their nerve, they should be able to take this rack. Ang problema lang, can they get a ball down on the break? That has been the main question these past 2 days. You can see Raga not feeling comfortable. Looking at various options. Not quite sure why he wasn't too comfortable with his setup. Having to go with the extension here. Yun ang kanya ilalagay. Just asking at the last minute where his partner would want it. Not too happy there with the result, but it's going to be a long shot here for Raga. Got that one to go. Kind of a shaky finish here to this rack. Nonetheless, they're going to get it. 38-33 is our tally. That has been their main problem. If you cannot get a ball on the break, you just can't get any momentum. The biggest question here para kay Bañares at kay Biado. Biado will be up first. Is will that one pass the two? Looks like he's got at least half a pocket. Hard to tell from this angle. Even from the top shot, it's hard to tell. Best angle really is when you're on the table. They didn't have a direct pocket there, so going to the bank, that was well executed. Now it looks like they're going to get on the hill. At one ball. The biggest challenge here in this rack. And the simple 10 is going to get them on the hill. $39-33 on the hill. Si Bañares at si Biado. And that once again establishes that 6-point edge. What a fitting end it would be. Kind of the coup de grace para kay Biado at kay Bañares. If they're able to get a break and run out here. But the odds don't favor it. Here comes another dry break as expected. And a good look at the one. The problem is no direct pocket. You might not even have the angle because of that 3 there to bank that one, similar to what happened in the previous rack with Bañares and Biado. That just might be the final blunder here. Well, it was gallant stand by Corteza and Raga. Not that we're saying this is all over. The fat lady still has to sing, but it's not looking good. Just has to follow this. Five there in the corner. Not phased there by the alarm that's sounding. Tinira pa rin ni Biado. He could actually have stopped. They're feeling comfortable now. Wanting to take the win here as quickly as possible. Dalawang bola na lang. At sila magwawagi dito sa linggong ito. The simplest of tens. And there are your victors. Carlo Biado and Jericho Bañares. .33 ang ating final score. Ito yung mga nanalo. Yung mga nakaputi, kausapin natin sa tingin nyo ba yung lamang ninyo kahapon, syempre talagang inalagaan nyo lang, parang yun ang ginawa nyo ngayon?
Ayun, medyo sinuwerte kami nung huli sa break. Nung una, puro dry break kami, pero kagano pa man, medyo maganda rin yung nilaro namin, kaya ayun, kami nanalo.
Medyo malas kanina. 4 ata yung pumasok doon sa isang break, sa isang rack net. Biglang scratch pa.
Ayun na, isang beses nga lang naka-break ng ganun. Tapos ang dami nahulog. Kaya lang yung pamato, dire-diretso rin sa butas. Kaya sabi ko talagang alas sa break. Pero okay naman, maganda naman yung naging laro namin ngayon. At saka yung advantage namin yung kahapon, lumamang kami ng 6-6. Kaya nanalo kami. Siguro kung dikit yung laban, tingin ko pwede kami matalo. Kasi nung lumamang kami kanina ng siyam, nahabol nila. So, hindi kami pwede magkumpiyansa kasi magaling din yung mga kalaban namin.
Tama, sabi mo, yung siyam, naging 4 na lang nga. Pero in the end, nanalo pa rin kayo. Dito, kausapin natin sila. Ano ba talaga nangyari? Medyo kinapos lang ba?
Medyo kinapos lang po. Kasi yung break ko, wala talaga. So, puro dry break. Kahit isang beses, wala talaga nahulog. Kaya hindi na kami nakahabol.
Alam mo, pag dry break talaga, liban talaga, wala ka talaga magagawa. Nakatulong ba yung long sleeves mo ngayon?
Nakatulong naman. At least paano nalalabanan yung ginaw.
Yun lang pero hindi ka nakalabas sa dry break.
Hindi ako nakawala sa dry break. Talagang lahat, ginawa na namin lahat ng mga kaya namin. Talagang breaks of the game. Ayaw ibigay.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. And bago tayo magpaalam, syempre baka may mga gusto kayong pasalamatan.
Nagpapasalamat ako siyempre una-una kay boss na nagpalaro siya ng ganito. Tsaka sa Sharks. Salamat. Tsaka sa Predator. Thank you.
Ikaw naman.
Binabati ko yung mga fans ko. Diyan lang kayo. Huwag kayong magsawang sumuporta dito sa laban namin at saka dito sa Sharks. Thank you sa boss namin, si Boss Peret, sa Mariano family, at saka sa sponsor ko, si PBA Cloth at saka Predator Qs. At abangan nyo next week, sana manood kayo ulit. Maglalaban kami ulit ng doubles. Dennis Orculio, Livan Corteza, and kami ni Biado-Bañares.
Yeah, makikita natin. Bago kayo magpaalam, kayo rin, syempre, may mga pasasalamatan.
Una-una kay boss, nagpapasalamat din sa Shark tsaka palaro niya po. Sa sponsor ko po. Kamoy, Predator, siyempre si PBA.
Okay, final word, Livan Corteza.
Masasabi ko muna, kinocongratulate yung kalaban namin. Congrats to you guys, Carlo and Jericho. And I would like to thank the sponsors. Maraming salamat sa pag-invite sa amin. Lalo kay Boss Perry Mariano, and Mariano family, at saka sa Sharks, and to all the crew. Maraming salamat. Sa next week ko, abangan nyo po yung laban namin. Jericho Bañares, Carlo Biado, me and Dennis Orculio.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. Till next week, ingat po kayo lahat.